Hey y'all, happy Monday. I know normally I come to y'all on Monday mornings, but forgive me, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So I needed to go and do my annual checkup to make sure I'm still A-okay. And so now I'm coming to y'all on Monday afternoon, but it's still Monday. You all still need motivation. I still need motivation, so I'm coming to you on a Monday. How are you guys? Listen, I really wanted to talk real quickly about living your best life. I know that's a phrase that we have probably overused and abused, especially since the song came out, Living Your Best Life. However, one of the things that I feel that we need to continue to talk about is helping people to live their best life, right? Living your ideal life. So a lot of times one of the things that I realize is that we have an ideal life and then we have a real life, and sometimes one never transitions over to the other, right? And it's for numerous reasons, right? A lot of times we don't realize the things that we dream of and aspire for or can be a reality, or we don't take the necessary actions to make sure it manifests and be our real life, right? So I use, for example, at one time, the life that I'm living now was merely my dream life, right? I wanted to be an entrepreneur, wanted to be my own boss, wanted to have a nice car, wanted to have a nicer house, all of these things, right? And it was my dream life until I put in the work to make a transition from my ideal life to my real life, right? So now it's my real life, what was formerly my ideal life. Now I have another ideal life, right? Some other things that I aspire to do, right? And I already know that if I don't take these necessary actions to get it done, it's going to always be in dreamland. It's going to always be my dream and something that I want to do or something that I want to attain, but I'll never have it if I never take the necessary actions and transition it from ideal to real, right? And so that's one of the things that I want to talk about today, making sure if you have a dream life or an ideal life, right, it can be yours. It's yours for the taking, but it's not yours to sit back and it's just gonna fall on you. That's not the way that happens, right? And through one of the ways, and what really made me think of this, I had a new client a couple of weeks ago, and she was like, I look at you on Facebook and you travel and you do all of this or whatever, and I really want to do that, right? And so with her, I was talking about, and this is what I talk about with a lot of my clients too, leveraging your entrepreneurship venture so that it can cause that life to manifest, and then you continue to support that dream life, right? Whatever it looks like, because you can have the desires of your heart, right? It's biblical, right? It's biblical, it's physical, it's scientific, whatever it is, right? So whatever umbrella you fall under, you can have the life of your dreams, right? But literally you have to take the action steps to make it manifest, right? To bring it from vision to fruition. So when I talk about leveraging your entrepreneurship ventures, because I'm in both worlds, right? I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also heavy on the manifestation and all of this other stuff or whatever, right? I utilize my business to leverage my lifestyle, right? So I use, for example, if I only had one stream of income right now and I was just starting in business, right? Naturally in your mind, and I know being, guilty as being a startup entrepreneur 10 years ago, in my mind, I need to get enough money to pay these bills. I need to get enough money to make sure my kids eat, all this other stuff or whatever, right? So my hustle was different. My hustle was to make sure I pay the bills, to make sure my kids eat. That's it, right? And I had more than one stream of income because I was the ultimate hustler, right? But when you learn better, you do better. I have no desire to hustle anymore, right? Because first of all, I'm 46 years old. I can't hustle like I did 10 years ago when I was in my 30s, right? Because I just don't have 36-year-old energy anymore, right? And neither do I have the desire to. I want to do more things to enjoy my life and not always be in hustle mode, right? Mentally or physically. So it's one of the things that I work with my entrepreneurs as well, because you got to remember, by trade, I'm a therapist. So I'm always thinking about like the mental well-being of people, especially those that I work with, right? And I know that the hustle is not healthy. Hustling is not healthy, period. It's not. It's not healthy physically, it's not healthy mentally, it's not healthy emotionally, spiritually, nothing, right? Because you get into such a grind mode that you're losing sleep, you're losing out on meals. That's not healthy physically. Sleep is not healthy mentally. Eventually you're going to burn out, you're going to be drained. That's taxing on you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, right? So it's not healthy. Hustle is not healthy. So now, since I've learned better and doing better, I want to help entrepreneurs not to start up in that hustle, right? But start your business in such a way that it is constantly generating revenue even while you're not in it, so that you can enjoy the fruit of your labor, right? So when you go from, naturally, you're going to do a little more when you first start in business, right? That's a given, right? Not necessarily a hustle, but investing more time into getting wind under the wings of the business, right? So you're going to invest more time than you would 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line, whatever it is, right? You want to get the business on a nice platform, whatever it is, making sure people are aware of it, getting it promoted, marketing, doing work, all this other stuff or whatever, right? Bringing all of the pieces together. Your second stream of income, so your first stream of income, you're covering bills, you're making sure the kids are eating, all of that is wonderful, right? Your second stream of income, you should start focusing on definitely taking part of that, continuing to grow the business, whatever it is, great. But taking part of that to start enjoying some other area of the life that you want to manifest, right? So even if it's the new car you've been dreaming of for the last 10 years, right? Get the car. If it's a new house, implement that in a new house, cover the new house note, whatever it is, right? But allow that to leverage the life that you want to live, right? Because again, you can continue to stay in hustle mode and you making money and making money and making money and then never enjoying the fruit of your labor. So what's the benefit of the hustle? There is none, right? Yeah, I mean, what? You're going to just work yourself to death, right? That's pretty much where you're going, right? And we're going to die anyway, so no need to work yourself into that, right? Enjoy your journey, right, to the cemetery, right? So that's one of the things that I do recommend, because when we are able to leverage our business in such a way where it has multiple streams of income, we can allocate like where these streams are going to go, right? So I think that I've talked about this maybe on this platform, whatever it is, ways to have at least, if you have at least 5 streams of revenue in your business, you can allocate, one stream to bills, one stream to philanthropy, another stream to what you enjoy doing and the things that you want, another stream into your business. So at least 5 streams of income, and the streams can go in different places, right? And then the 5th stream that I talked about is investing. So where the money can work for you, right? But you always want to make sure that the business is staying afloat. And if necessary, well, it's always necessary that you have the opportunity to create more revenue into your business, right? So into your business, and then leveraging in such a way that you are enjoying the fruit of your labor, right? Because even still, like, we get into the hustle of the business and we forget why we initially got into it. Most entrepreneurs, even myself, when I say, oh, I like the freedom and flexibility of it, right? Freedom and flexibility means that you get to stop here and then go do things here. Stop here. And then I got into the groove of working so much. I'm like telling the kids, listen, I'm going to do this, this is that, or whatever. Let me get this work done, this is that. Whereas now I'm to the point where, like, okay, what you need me to do? I'm going to put this down. I'm going to go take care of what I need to take care of with my kids. Or if my mom has a doctor's appointment, I'm going to pause and go bring her to her doctor's appointment, whatever has to be done, right? Because if I stop working for people to work for myself for the freedom and flexibility, then I need to enjoy the freedom and flexibility that it provides, right? And utilize that to do other things that I need to do aside from just working, right? But we forget, like, the real reason why we walked into this space: freedom, flexibility, more finances, right? So let's enjoy the fruit of our labor, and utilize at least one of those streams of revenue to leverage your entire life, right? Whatever that life needs to look like. If you are one like me that loves to travel, and listen, for me, travel contributes to my mental health, right? It just makes me feel better when I could just get on a plane, rise above the clouds, it's just something about the whole experience, right? That makes me feel better. Makes me feel better spiritually, mentally, physically. I just don't know, but I just feel good when I travel, right? I get into a new space. And then a lot of times that just kind of helps me to be more creative, because if you notice, like, I'm normally sitting in this space, this one space, for the most part, right? And then sometimes your creativity is stifled when you are physically in the same space all the time, right? So this is why you see me travel at least once a month, because I get out of this space, go somewhere neutral, and then it just opens my mind to other things. No matter if it's something I see that's different, or I'm sitting in a different place, something about just the difference in the transition to somewhere else helps me to be more creative, and it just opens my mind up to way more, right? So if you desire to travel, hey, traveling is not that expensive, right? Let me tell you one of the hacks that my friend taught me. And I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, because if you need something with credit related, you need to contact Malika Honoré, because that's the one, Honoré Credit Consultants, right? That's the ones that helped me to get my credit together, start establishing my business credit, and taught me how to leverage credit, right? But one of the credit hacks that she taught me was for travel, right? So when you have these great credit cards, they give you points, right? And the more you spend on these credit cards, the more points you get, right? And then you can leverage and take the points to cover travel, right? So one of my cards right now has about 70,000 points on it, right? The 70,000 points can actually cover a full trip. It can cover the flight. I think the flight was going to use like 40,000 points, and then the rest of my points is going to go towards a hotel stay. That's pretty much a free trip, right? That I am using, covering the points that's on my credit card, right? So travel is not really as expensive as a lot of people think. People tend to think, oh, it's going to cost me a lot to travel. Do some research, right? Depending on where you want to go. Sometimes we catch a flight to, on Southwest, and it'd be like $100-something round trip. Literally, travel is not all that expensive. It really just depends on where you want to go, right? So if it's travel, do the research. Stop just assuming things are out of your reach, because ain't nothing out of your reach. If you determine to get it, there's nothing that's out of your reach, right? You can figure out a way to get it, and you can attract the revenue that you want to attract in order to cover it, right? It's all about your mindset, whether or not you think you can attain it, and then your ability to attract it, right? So if you don't have any money blocks or any other blockages mentally going on, you will attract the life that you want, right? It's simple as doing the research, booking a plane ticket, getting a hotel, Airbnb, whatever it is, and going to the destination, wherever that may be, right? You literally just have to overcome the mental block to say, oh, that's out of my reach, because there's nothing out of your reach. Whatever you desire, God will give you the desires of your heart if you so desire it, right? And if you believe it's yours for the taking, right? So I just wanted to talk to you all today literally about that, like manifesting your ideal life, right? Making your ideal life your real life, bringing it from vision to fruition, right? And it literally takes you taking the action steps to do that. The revenue will come into play if you leverage your business, right? Because again, with your business, you can have multiple streams of revenue. More than one stream of revenue. The second stream can actually go into the business and to help leverage the other things that you want to do, whether it's a car, a house, or whatever it is, or if you want to donate or support some other people, whatever it is, utilize that to leverage the life that you want to live, and you can bring it into fruition if you so desire it. Even if, listen, I'm not pushing full-time entrepreneurship on anybody. If you have to do it as a part-time venture, right, and your main job cover your bills and whatever else it has to cover, and your side hustle entrepreneurship venture, and I hate to use the word hustle, but your side business that you're only doing part-time, the revenue that you generate from that can support the other whatever it is that you want to have going on, right? So if you want to take your kids traveling, or you want to start a business for your kids and make an extra $1,000 a month, that's $250 a week. You could sell cakes and make an extra $250 a week. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is, leverage that to support the life that you truly want to live and make your ideal life your real life. It's yours for the taking. You just have to seize the opportunity. All right, y'all. So I hope that this has helped you all somewhat. And again, it's something that I am really working on heavily, helping people to transition their ideal life to their real life. I want to see us all enjoy it. And I get tons of phone calls as I travel. Like, you know, most of the people are like, that's the thing that catches them, right? How do you get to travel like that? How do you know, XYZ or whatever? My business is on a laptop, right? But I also have other people in place, virtual assistants, other people in place. Whereas if I'm not physically able to do things, work is still getting done, right? Things are still getting done. So, I mean, we only have one life to live. And I just got off the phone with a client, and she's friends with my best friend. And she was like, one thing really profound that your best friend told me one time when we were talking, and I was like, what? She was like, she said, nobody's going to escape this life alive. I was like, that's for certain, right? Now, that's a given, but it gives you something to think about, because which translates to mean this is your only opportunity to live. Once this life is over, living is over, right? So why not seize the opportunity while you still have time? If it's your dream life, let's work on making it your real life, right? And I do, again, I am working with clients on it on a one-on-one basis, but definitely my membership group is unfortunately for all females, fellas. But in my membership group, those are the things that we are talking about, how to leverage entrepreneurship ventures to support the life that you actually desire to live and would love to live, right? Those are the things that we are talking about in that particular membership. And again, if you are looking to start a business or you need to leverage your business, right? If you need to leverage your business, definitely, or start or leverage the business. Goal Getter University is where you want to be, right? We're getting ready to launch the university, and yeah, it's going to teach classes on everything: how to start that business, how to get the business to a consistent 10K months. All of these courses are in the university. So I'll talk to you all about that later, but live your best life. It's yours. Live it. All right, y'all. Happy Monday, and talk to you guys in